Yes, we did it. We changed out the calipers, guys. Hit the intro.
Welcome everybody back to Boost Emotion, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to do the proper bleed procedure. From what I remember, you start with the passenger side, then the driver passenger side, then the driver front, the passenger front, and then the driver front. But in this video, we're only going to do the rear rotors because if you check more videos, that's what we're doing. I'm going to use some regular vacuum hose or just a hose that can fit over the bleeder valve itself. And that's going to go over there. And what I'm going to do next is use a pump and a little bottle, a cup, to catch the brake fluid that comes out. You want to keep doing this until the fluid either changes color. Unfortunately, I have a green color here, or you're going to keep doing this until there's no more bubbles. So I'm going to do that. So let me move forward. Now what I'm going to do next is I already removed this to let go of the brake pedal. Now I already looked at the fluid level. What you're going to start doing now is slightly pumping. What's going to start happening now is you open the bleeder valve, you're going to start seeing the brake fluid coming out. Now what I'm going to do is, see it's slowly coming out. I'm using a lot of hose too, so it's not going to just blow through it really quick. I'm going to give it about maybe 2 or 3 pumps, and then I'm going to come back and close the bleeder valve. Okay, so let me rush and go do that. Also pay attention to your brake reservoir to make sure it doesn't get too low. All right, but I'm going to give this 2 or 3 pumps and then refill the brake fluid as it's needed. All right, it's open. 1 pump. Let me give it another pump. All right, take a look at the reservoir. Make sure it hasn't gone too low. Okay, let me give it 1 more pump. You know, just for safeguard. All right, it's still kind of tough. But anyways, let's move forward. So that you guys can see how much out of those 3 pumps, all of this is brake fluid up to about right here. I'm letting it drain back down. Trying to let some of the bubbles come up. It's right around right here. So I'm gonna give it maybe 1 more pump. It looks really clean, but you know, screen. So how am I gonna know how it really looks? I'm gonna give it 1 more pump, and then I'm gonna close the valve. So that you guys know this is how much brake fluid came out of the caliper. But I'm going to do a full bleed system in the future, go to a 5.1. So in this video I won't be able to do a 5.1 brake fluid swap because I want to have higher temperature fluid, because DOT2, DOT3, DOT4, they all have different temperatures. So the 5.1 is like one of the highest next to 5, which is a completely different type of chemical. So let's close this one out. And before you guys jump in there and beat me up, there's also a bleeder valve right here that you have to bleed on both calipers. I didn't forget to do it, I just forgot to record it for the video. So definitely do that, bleed both sides like I said, this side and that side. And then once everything is nice and firm, start it up, check it forward.
And we're back, guys. Definitely check out the merch for the channel. But anyways, you can check the Teespring account below. But anyways, I want to move forward. I'm not going to give you guys a brake review or bedding process in this video. Reason being is they are newer rotors, but the brake pads are used. I do not know what kind of brake pads they are that came in this, so later on I will change over to Hawk 5.0 pads. So that's later down the line. But these brake pads have been doing pretty good, and it's been about a week since I had it on the car. So this is why some of these videos might be a little delayed. But anyways, moving forward. Some of you guys may jump in and say, but Boost, that's crazy. How are you driving the car around with just the rear calipers on? Well, here's what I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Yes, I did change up the bias of the car, the brake bias. Briefly, for the people who don't know what brake bias is, most cars put about 80% of brake force or brake pressure to the front calipers on the front of the car. Reason being is when you press the brake, most of the weight transfers to the front, and it does the most work in braking, cornering, and that's it pretty much. All right, so Most of the brake pressure, about 15 to 25%, goes to the rear of the car. Also, you don't want the rear wheels to lock up for the front wheels because that wouldn't make sense. That's bad, all right? So by me adding better, bigger calipers in the rear and a larger and wider rotors in the rear, I did change up the brake bias by taking away some of the brake forces that would go to the front, now to go into the back. So the rear end will probably lock up a little quicker and a little sooner than it did with the old rotors and old calipers. But after driving the car, it's perfectly safe for regular daily driving. What I'm doing, I'm not advising you guys to do this. I want you guys to change it all at one time, if you can. All right, so moving forward, I am going to change out the brake fluid from a DOT3. From what I believe, a DOT3 is somewhere around 300 Fahrenheit. There's certain brake fluid that heats up to a certain temperature. Most of our cars have like DOT3 or DOT4, which is 300 to 400 Fahrenheit. This is when the brake fluid will start to boil. But because I'm making this car faster and trying to do all of this, take the necessary precautions, I'm going to change it out to 5.1 DOT. Reason being is you can mix the 5.1 with DOT3 and DOT4, and pretty much it's safe to use. And I believe that boiling point is somewhere around 500 Fahrenheit. So yes, I'm doing this for a reason. Not only because I'm doing some spirited runs, but you never know, this car may hit the track, and I want to be able to go to the track and pretty much not die. But otherwise, I really do think this turned out really good. And just to give you guys just a quick cost, because I'm going to make a final video review once I have everything installed. I only spent about $250 on these calipers. I mean, I did spend some money on painting and everything like that. It already came with brake pads and shims and slides and everything. But for a DIY kit that I did on my own, and I got the rotors for really cheap. Shout out to the guys who jumped in and say, listen, Boost, you can't cheap out on rotors. I'm just going to be fair and say it right now in this video. I can't say that I'm cheaping out, but I'm not going to have a full-fledged race car. I cannot afford two-piece rotors. I can't. It's $600. My BBK literally costs $250. So for me to spend $600 just on front rotors just doesn't make sense. But finally, guys, we did it. We did it together, and I hope that I made this video very informative and detailed on all the little things that I had to do to have this installed. This is something you guys can do on your G37 non-sport. You can do this on your 370Z non-sport. You can do this on your Q50, Q60 non-sport. The calipers are all the same calipers from all those different cars. They're all the same. I had a few people hit me up with FXs, EXs, and Maximas. You guys can swap over, but I believe some of you guys do have to swap brackets and a few other things. So definitely look on Google. You can find the answer. It's just that I don't have those cars, so I can't give you guys the information. But this is a common modification that we've been doing in this community for probably over 10 years since these calipers been out. So definitely, guys, look into doing it. And a few other things I want to talk about. If you made it to this part, can you use this with stock 19-inch wheels on the Q50, Q60? Yes, they should clear. 18-inch wheels on the Luxe? No, they won't clear. Reason being is you'll need a spacer to push out the wheel a little bit more. But that's really easy for you guys to do. But these BBK clear 18s all four corners. But you just need spacers to push the wheel out a little bit, which is fine. We could do that. If you have the 17 inches, no, it will not clear them in the front because you need 18 inches in the front. 17s do clear the rear, but you're going to need spacers again. If you do, this is all if you're on OEM wheels. Aftermarket wheels, once again, 17-inch aftermarket in the rear depending on spoke design. And for the fronts, 18-inch wheels depending on spoke design. So that's the smallest from what I know you can go on all four corners and everything. Just want to throw that in there. So, guys, otherwise than that, I do appreciate you guys very much. I do appreciate the time you take out to hang out with me. I hope I gave you guys all the information you need and want. You guys know where you can contact me at boostinmotion on G and Facebook and boostinmotion on gmail.com. Otherwise than that, guys, we have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. We have another video coming out. Yes, we're going to be changing out the front ones. So definitely hit the like button, subscribe, bell notification. Check you guys in the next video.
Thank you everybody for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also on top of that, if you want to purchase some boostinmotion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.